Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0848 pertains to the transmission fluid pressure switch B, specifically relating to the third clutch circuit. This code indicates a high signal condition, which may prevent the transmission from properly shifting into the desired gears. The fluid pressure switch is a crucial component located within the transmission system and monitors the hydraulic fluid's pressure for the third clutch operation. If this switch reports a high voltage or signal, the powertrain control module, PCM, may interpret this as a malfunction, thereby causing it to enter a fail-safe mode. As a result, the vehicle is limited to shifting only between third through fifth gears. This can significantly affect driving performance and should be addressed promptly to avoid additional transmission issues. In summary, effectively addressing DTC P0848 requires a thorough understanding of the transmission fluid pressure switch B and its critical role within the transmission system. The diagnostic process involves a systematic approach, starting from verifying the issue through utilizing the HDS to troubleshoot the various potential causes, such as faulty components or wiring issues. If repairs are carried out effectively, the confirmation through final verification is necessary to ensure the problem is rectified. Moreover, adopting preventive maintenance measures can significantly mitigate future issues related to transmission performance, safeguarding against the recurrence of DTC P0848. Therefore, staying proactive about vehicle care leads to enhanced reliability and operational efficiency. The primary component affected by DTC P0848 is the transmission fluid pressure switch B related to the third clutch. This switch is situated within the transmission assembly and is responsible for monitoring the hydraulic fluid pressure that controls the operation of the third clutch. When the switch detects abnormal pressure levels, it communicates this information to the powertrain control module, PCM, which manages the vehicle's transmission functions. A high signal from the pressure switch leads to a high voltage scenario, prompting the PCM to limit gear selection to avoid transmission damage. This safeguard function is referred to as fail-safe mode, and the vehicle may only shift among third, fourth, and fifth gears. Recognizing the critical role this switch plays is essential for effective troubleshooting of the DTC code. Several underlying issues could trigger DTC P0848. First, a faulty transmission fluid pressure switch B itself may not accurately reflect the actual pressure, causing the PCM to interpret erroneous data. Next, poor electrical connections between the pressure switch and the PCM can hinder signal transmission, leading to the high signal condition. Loose terminals or corroded connections might prevent proper communication and thus require careful inspection. Additionally, an open wire within the OP3SW circuit can impede the circuit's integrity, disrupting the flow of information between components. Each of these causes needs to be methodically examined to identify the root of the problem effectively. When DTC P0848 is present, drivers often experience several noticeable symptoms. The most pronounced symptom is limited gear selection. The vehicle may only shift between third, fourth, and fifth gears, severely hindering performance, especially during acceleration or hill climbs. Drivers may also find the transmission feels stuck, as it cannot downshift appropriately, leading to higher engine RPMs and potential overheating risks. Furthermore, the check engine light will illuminate on the dashboard, providing a clear warning that the vehicle's transmission system has detected a fault. Each of these symptoms serves as an important indicator that should prompt immediate inspection and troubleshooting of the transmission fluid pressure switch and associated circuits. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0848 involves verifying whether the issue exists as indicated by the diagnostic code. Start by pressing the engine start-stop button to switch the vehicle to the on mode. Utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear any existing DTCs from the PCM, ensuring that the vehicle's diagnostic system is reset. Next, with safety precautions in place, such as blocking the rear wheels and securely lifting the vehicle, run the engine while allowing the front wheels to rotate freely. Afterward, disable the Vehicle Stability Assistance (VSA) system by pressing the VSA off button. Utilize the HDS to check the parameters of the third pressure switch, particularly determine if the current conditions match the set thresholds while running the vehicle in third gear. If the conditions do not align with the expected values, further investigation into the system is necessary. Step 2 in the troubleshooting process for DTC P0848 directs the technician to focus on possible failure areas. Begin by turning the engine off and disconnecting the transmission fluid pressure switch B connector. Utilize a jumper wire to bridge terminals A and B, which allows for direct testing of the switch's integrity under controlled conditions. Keep the engine in the on mode while monitoring signals. Again, examine the third pressure switch parameters via the HDS, evaluating if the current conditions now match the outlined thresholds. Should the values align positively, the next step involves replacing the faulty switch, as this would confirm it as the source of the DTC. If discrepancies persist, proceed to the next troubleshooting step to investigate further. In troubleshooting step 3, the focus shifts to ensuring continuity in the OP3SW line. First, turn off the engine and remove any jumpers previously used for diagnostic tests. Using HDS, activate the shorting connector switch, SCS, to assess circuit condition. Then, disconnect the PCM connector B, which houses critical coding information for the vehicle. With the transmission fluid pressure switch B connector and PCM connector separated, test for continuity between the specified test points using the appropriate tools. Specifically, assess from the transmission fluid pressure switch B to PCM connective lines. If continuity exists, the wiring in the OP3SW circuit is intact, indicating that the PCM itself may need replacement. Conversely, should a continuity issue arise, it is essential to locate and remedy any open circuits to restore proper functionality. Upon completing the necessary repairs from the initial troubleshooting steps, it is crucial to conduct a final verification to ensure everything is functioning correctly. Reconnect all disconnected connectors to restore the full operation of the transmission system. Subsequently, perform a test drive under varied conditions, ensuring the vehicle can transition smoothly across the different gears without any issues. It is imperative to monitor the vehicle's behavior closely, particularly watching for the recurrence of the DTC P0848. Use the HDS to scan for any stored codes post-repair. Confirming that no error codes have returned will validate the effectiveness of the repair work conducted. Documenting these steps will ensure comprehensive records of the repair process for future reference. Preventive maintenance plays a vital role in avoiding issues like DTC P0848 and ensuring the longevity of the transmission system. Regularly checking the transmission fluid levels is essential, as low fluid can lead to a lack of lubrication and possible overheating. Ensure that the fluid is clean and at the correct level by inspecting it during routine maintenance. Furthermore, take the time to visually inspect connectors and wiring associated with the transmission components for signs of wear, corrosion, or loose connections. Establish a scheduled timeline for comprehensive transmission services, including fluid changes and filter replacements. Implementing these maintenance practices will not only reduce the risks of encountering DTC P0848, but will also enhance the overall performance and reliability of the vehicle. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.